The Bitcoin market has become very divided. I can see in the Bitcoin liquidation watch, there's a huge divide between people who are very bullish and people who are terribly bearish. Let's jump through the indicators and see what they're telling us. Here on the hourly time frame, yesterday I posted this chart in the Discord chat saying that we are probably going to pull back a little bit. The breakout's never that easy. There's always going to be some pain along the way. Sure enough, we've pulled back on the hourly time frame, and we can see that building up here on the MACD as well in the hourly time frame. But if we go back to the RSI and we look on the 12-hour time frame, this is what the bulls need to break, is this downtrend in the RSI. We can see in hindsight that this was the time to be selling as the RSI was failing off of that spot. There's the 1, 2, 3 top formation. As the RSI is failing off this spot, there's your another time to be selling. It's another extension of the 1, 2, 3 and an add-on position for the short. But should we get the RSI to consolidate now and break up through that trend line, it'll be about the time that the price should be breaking higher. We've got some really interesting levels to look at when we get to the Bollinger Bands. So let's check those out in a second. Here is the MACD on the hourly time frame. And again, when we zip out to that 12-hour time frame, it's that trend that needs to be broken before we're really going to step up. I did a video the other day about the huge historical Bitcoin bull pattern. Be sure to check that out because I really go into detail about why I think this pattern is so bullish. For now, let's just check out the indicators. Our free BTC bot will not fire until the 12-hour EMA crosses, and so it may be some time. I do want to pull the chart back to our example back in, say, 2016. This is the sample that I'm sort of guiding us against right now to say that we've had this big pullback. I expect a lot of sideways action before we get our trading signal. So I'm not in a hurry for much of anything, but at the end of the video, I am going to talk more about what's going on with the altcoins because that's pretty interesting right now. Let's go on to the Ichimoku Cloud. Here I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame, and I gotta say that this will be a bearish confirmation. If that blue line crosses below the red, and we continue going down here, this is a really key bearish confirmation, and I'll have to loosen up on some of my bullish view. If we're right at these edges, that breaking them makes a really important significance because on the 12-hour time frame, we have not yet crossed blue back above red to say that we have any chance of being a bottom here. So the 4-hour and the 12-hour Ichimoku, I used to think this was not a good indicator because it wasn't agreeing with the other indicators, but then Ichimoku Cloud won out time and time again, and I'm starting to respect this a lot more. If that 4-hour crosses bearish, all the bullish bets are off the table. And now we get to the Bollinger Bands, and you can see that there's still a little scribble on the chart from my last video where I was expecting prices to bounce off this and pull back and go sideways. You can also see that there are 2 support and resistance lines drawn into the chart here, and they line up with support and resistance from the past, but also, more importantly, where we had a reversal in this parallel channel downtrend. We're in the similar sort of situation where we're just below major support and resistance, and it looks so bearish. However, when we look back in the price charts to see what did the price look like before all of our trading signals, before the trading signal came, in all of the history, we can go back and we can take a look at what the market looked like just before. It looks terrible. It looks terribly bearish when the market is turning around and giving us our signal. And if we skip forward a little bit and we look at what does our trading system look like just before the buy signal, all of these pullbacks on the uptrend look bad. They all look like a top formation, and then off they go. And so I'm leaving myself open to the fact that this is a macro move and that we are going to go into a longer term upward triangle, an ascending triangle, and it's going to take some months for this to work its way out before we're heading our way up. And look again, this is May, March, before we're heading our way up. It's going to be a long, painful ride up through this period and some spikes along the way just to wreck a whole bunch of potential bulls, get everybody bearish and then wreck them. The liquidations go both ways. Now, the end of the video, I'm saving Bitcoin dominance. Here we are in the hourly chart, and it's coming down to breaking new lows. If we go out to the weekly and see how important these lows are, it's an important potential for a major reversal here. I'm going to do another video later on Bitcoin dominance, and I'll go through the indicators and really see what's going on, and we're going to keep a closer eye on Bitcoin dominance so that we can watch for those RSI reversals, the MACD crossover reversals, but for this to be going up the other way. Now, dominance is a good guide, but it's only a really rough guide. If we're going to get a more granular approach to really look inside dominance, then we need the Crypto SmartWatch. The Crypto SmartWatch takes this very same trading system and it plays it out on all of the different altcoins. So we can go to each coin, ADA, and you can see where it's time to buy and where it's time to get out and just stand aside in these markets. And by running this trading system on every single market and color coding them all, put them into a spreadsheet and adding up how many coins are in each different color code, and then marking those color codes over time, we can see the bull and the bear markets coming and going. As the bull market is coming in, the alerts pick up first, then the hold statuses pick up. In January and February and March of this year, 2021, things pulled back as Bitcoin dominance was coming down and it went sideways. Then Bitcoin dominance continued dropping further and we went up into another wave of the bull market. And we can see that in Bitcoin dominance. If we zoom into the 4-hour time frame, pull back a little bit, and then we can see what I'm talking about here in the time frame is that January, we pulled back, the alts went sideways for a while, and many of them went into partial hold status. But then Bitcoin dominance continued dropping, and we went back into a full hold status again. Bitcoin dominance eased back. We had a bull phase here, we had a bull phase here, and we have the potential. Are we going to bring this down to brand new low levels? Is it going to come down past these historical levels and down to new levels? It's absolutely possible, and the alts will go through the moon if this happens. And we should be able to see it coming with the Crypto SmartWatch. When we move forward to the alerts and the holds since October 16th, we see that we are up to 135 holds and that things are really pulling back right now. We are up a lot of partial hold status coins, a lot of coins have exited, and the alert statuses are just starting to peak back up. If the alert statuses start to pick back up and we start to go into more hold status coins, new holds, new alerts, these are going to be coins to pay attention to. They could be doing some really fast moves. Another pool of coins to be paying attention to are these partial hold status coins. They've pulled back a little bit, but they've already proven themselves bullish. They could continue on the bull wave really easily. Out of the 300 coins on Binance, we have about 100 coins that are proving themselves bullish. And then even though dominance has pulled back to its historical low levels, all of these neutral coins and these near fail coins, I don't think those projects are actually working. They don't seem to have the investor interest to keep them going through a bullish phase of the altcoins. So this really helps us dig into the list of coins and pick out the gems, pick out the ones that are really doing well. And that's a wrap for this video. Thanks again for showing up. Trade safe and keep those losses small.